Hey everyone, this is Kathy Boudreau, the Director of Marketing here at ResultsIQ. And today I'm going to show you some new functionality in HubSpot. Both of these things are currently in beta, but they're in a public beta so you too can get them. It is the multi-step form and the conditional redirects on a form. So I had created here just a simple quiz, if you will. I did this for a client, obviously not pet related, but it was the same premise and it worked out pretty well. So with the multi-step form, you can see that you can do a bunch of different steps. So you don't have to use this necessarily for a quiz, but you could do it for a longer form where you want to collect more information without having a very long form that makes it seem scary and overbearing. So for this, I created a quiz, and then the conditional redirect basically tells it if they picked this option and that option, then send them to this results page. If they picked two different options or whatnot, send them to the second results page, and so on and so forth. So here are the steps that I did. So the first thing I did was kind of map it out in my Miro board, so that I knew the process and what people's responses had to be and then what page they need to go to. So if we look at the start here, I've got a question, if you prefer a high or low maintenance pet. If they want high, they get another question. How much space do they have? Or if they pick low, how much time can you dedicate? And then it goes through to another question. Not another question. So you pick, your space or your time. And from there, it goes to collect your, the first name, last name, email. And then it goes to the appropriate results page. So how this looks over here is I created a form using the HubSpot new form editor. And it defaulted to, a bunch of different steps, and I changed them. So what you want to do previous to this is make sure you have properties that are basically capturing all the questions. So I have 3 distinct properties here. I previously created them as a drop-down select. And then I went through and I added them here to each step. So I've got, do you prefer high or low maintenance? How much time can you dedicate, and how much space do you have? So, and then of course the first name, last name, email, and then this form submitted just needs to be there. It won't let you save it without it. We're not even going to touch that one. So you'll see that obviously you're not going to go step 1 to 2 to 3. Sometimes you might skip from step, say 1 to maybe 3, depending on what you selected in step 1. So over here, you now have some form logic. And you can see when I click into it, I've got all my logic squared away here. So this is asking on this question, this field, do you prefer high or low maintenance? If I say high maintenance, it skips a step from 1 to 3. If I save and activate, and then you would just go through and put in all your logic. So again, this is now saying, okay, so they've picked high maintenance and they've picked an apartment for space. So these two things, and then it knows the next step is the first name, last name, email. So I don't have to tell it to go there. It's going to go there anyway. And then after that, it's going to go to a cat result page. So it will do the same thing for, let's say, low maintenance or high maintenance and yard, and it will look exactly like this, except it will go to a dog page. And then for the low maintenance, I actually have to do a little bit of an extra step because I have to skip a step to go over to the first name, last name. Otherwise it won't get there. So I have to say, if it's low maintenance and they select this, then skip a step. They're going to skip the how much space do you have step, and it's going to go and collect the data. And so I have to do 2 steps for like earlier scenarios that are skipping. And then I have to tell it eventually where to redirect to. So when all is said and done, I've got 4 here results pages, as I'll call them, and they are very simple, not meant for public consumption here. Pages, and if I go out and I view this form, eventually, thank you, it will let me test it, basically. Once I have it all tested, and you may have to go back and forth and figure out the logic as it's needed, but then you can go and just put this right onto a landing page of your choice and use it. And so this is what this looks like. So I'm going to say low maintenance, how much time, I'm going to say 30 minutes, and it will fill out the information. And here I am, I'm getting a fish. So they all look different. If I go back and let's see if I can just go backwards here. If I say high maintenance, and I don't have that much space, I have an apartment, I'm putting in my information, and I get a cat, and this is my baby. So anyway, hopefully you found that interesting and useful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We can be found at ResultsIQ.io/contact if you want to reach out, or you can hit me up on LinkedIn. I'm there under Kathy Boudreau. Thanks.